Well, science today that TSA may be starting to overhaul their security plan of action. The head of the agency suggested that identifying people who pose a threat instead of focusing on objects would ultimately be a better way to handle security. That's a pretty big change of MO. Civil rights advocates are questioning that strategy. They always have. Aaron Cohen joins me now, national security expert who's trained in Israel's El Al Airlines style of security measures, including predictive behavioral profiling, which is of great interest here. Aaron, welcome. Great to have you back on the show. Good morning.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
So first of all, the reason that he was testifying, John Pistoli, the head of our TSA, was because of some backlash over this idea that it's okay to start to let small knives, pocket knives, that kind of thing, and some sports equipment, golf clubs and the like, back on planes. What do you think about that?
I think it's a mistake. I think that allowing a blade that's the size of your hand is a weapon. It can be used as a weapon, and I think right now that's a feel-good measure that's being put in place in order to ease the pressure and anxiety of traveling. My biggest concern, or the big picture, or the big frame concern for me, is the fact that there really is no total safety focus on the airport security system right now, which means that, I mean, look, let's be honest. The Transportation Safety Administration right now, with its focus being on this bag screening, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many security experts in this country, is nothing more than a federalized low-end security company, and it's about time that security experts come out and start talking about this, and here's the reason why. The screeners are basically trained in 100 hours of training, which is focused on nothing more than looking for items, which hasn't proven that it can prevent a terror attack, when the real threat, or what we need to be looking at, which has already been perfected, and let me say this, and by no means are the Israelis the best at anything, but when it comes to security, the security wheel has been perfected, which is that in Israel, the focus is on, let's look for the terrorists. And it doesn't define a certain skin color or a certain race. It defines a behavior. That behavior being, and we believe, is to look for intent. Somebody who's going to commit an act of murder will have the same questionable behavior as somebody who just has committed an act of murder. And John Pistoli, who's the former head of the FBI, is very highly trained in this. What we need now is either to get the TSA the training that they need, or to get them out of there and let the private companies come in and take this thing over and start saving us the $8 billion we're wasting a year.
Yeah, thank you. I was just going to get to that. $8 billion a year, and you claim that this huge sort of, it's like an octopus of tentacles and arms that you go through to get on a plane these days is for nothing?
Well, it's not for nothing, but the problem is that the focus right now is we're looking for very specific things, weapons, which we're now letting back on planes, which doesn't make sense to me. We need to be focusing on total safety, which means we need to make sure that we've got the undercover surveillance detection in place. That means physical people undercover. We need to make sure that we're conducting interviews. Look, here's the difference. The focus in Israel, there was one terrorist attack in 1968. It was the last one on a plane. The focus is on training the human brain to be able to conduct interviews. It's the best machine. We need to get away from this technology and use it in conjunction with a properly trained security agent.
And intelligence and agents. I got to go. But Aaron, thank you. You've made great points. I hope you'll come back.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to be right back after this.